Now lean back. It's not recognizing you. Oh, there it goes. We're back! After a month or two off. About a month off. Life's been busy, full of great things. Martial arts, hockey, travels, all kinds of good stuff. But we're back. We're ready for a new episode. Today, what do we have on the show, Charlie?
We're talking about how we're back right now.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back and...
Famously back.
And then we're going to recap the Preds season.
Yep.
With ups and downs there.
Yeah, terrible season overall, if we're being honest. Way below expectations, but we'll just kind of recap some of our favorite moments and expectations for the offseason. What's it going to look like? Well, we got plenty of time to talk about that over the next few months, so we won't spend a lot of time there. The big thing is Stanley Cup playoffs start tomorrow night. We're going to do a quick preview, give our predictions. We're going to go through, make our brackets here on stream, and give our featured cards, and then that's it for today. So
yep.
Let's get right into it. The last couple of months, biggest update from the Sauced Hockey Podcast is Charlie has started Learn to Play. So he is officially on skating. He spent a few months learning how to skate in the Learn to Skate program, and now he's playing hockey. Not on a team yet, just in the Learn to Play program, which is awesome. What are your thoughts so far on playing hockey on ice?
I love it. The stick handling and shooting feels a little bit easier because of how I've always practiced. The skating still gets hard though.
Yeah, skating's really tough.
But I really love it.
And you're so tall, I think that
it's hard to do.
It's hard, yeah. It's hard on your back and everything. But he's having a great time, and his youngest brother Sully is also in Learn to Play with him. So that's been really fun. We're doing that every week, and Augie's playing spring hockey, so he's still at it on the ice every week.
We're all on the ice now.
Yep, all on the ice playing hockey. So life's been busy, and our martial arts academy's been busy. Everything's going great. But we're here. We just wrapped up the regular season last night. Predators' last game of the season was Wednesday night. What do we have? A 5-1?
5-1 win.
5-1 win over the Dallas Stars. A nice little gift to the fans on the way out after an atrocious season. We set the expectations so high last summer, and I don't think there's ever been a more disappointing season for Nashville Predators fans.
It was such a letdown.
And that's coming from someone who has been a fan of the Predators since they came into the league. Those first few years I was a kid, so potentially there could have been worse years there that I don't remember. But I think even at that point, you're a brand new expansion team. The expectations aren't very high. You expect it's going to take you a few years, and it did. We weren't good at first. But then we started getting into the playoffs regularly, and the Predators were a perennial playoff contender for many years. There weren't that many years we missed the playoffs.
Yes, we definitely have way more time to making it into playoffs than not making it to playoffs. But it just hurt so much watching them do so badly.
Yeah.
When we were in the summer thinking they were going to win the Stanley Cup or something.
And if you think about the way our seasons have gone, with the peak being 2017 and 2018, where 2017 we make it to the Stanley Cup Finals, the farthest we've ever come, closest we've ever come to winning the Cup. Next year, win the President's Trophy, but then get eliminated by the Winnipeg Jets, who were the second best team in the league at the time. And then ever since then, it kind of was a downward trend to where it looked like maybe it's going to be a rebuild sort of thing. But instead of doing a full rebuild, they said, you know what, let's still try to see if we can make some good runs with this core group we have of Philip Forsberg, Roman Josi. My guy, Juicy Saros here. I got his new jersey. His Saros jersey.
For the Four Nations.
Yeah, we wore it to the Four Nations tournament. And so they started adding some veteran players. So 2 years ago, we get Ryan O'Reilly, Gustav Nyquist. Then this past summer, we add Steven Stamkos, who is current number 3 in the league in goals for active players, right? Only Ovechkin and Crosby have scored more than this guy. He is an all-time goal scorer. Jonathan Marchessault, another 40 goal scorer per season, and Brady Shea, a supposedly great defenseman coming out of the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah.
So we add these 3 players, we think we're going to go from, we made the playoffs last year, gave the Canucks a great series, and then I don't know what happened. The chemistry, something about the system with these particular players, a lot of bad puck luck. I did see a thing this morning. It showed the standings on where teams would be based on how they deserved to win or lose based on how they played. And it actually had the Predators at number 15 in the league and would have gotten the second wild card spot. So we did have a lot of bad luck. That shows we played better than the standings show, but still overall disappointing season.
Yeah.
But not without some highlights. What were some of your favorite moments this season, Charlie?
Seeing all of the young guys, like, LaRue came in like, the 6th game of the season. And then we went on a 3-game win streak, which was cool.
Yeah, he gave a little juice to the team.
Uh-huh.
He's such like a feisty player. He's always making hits and getting in players' faces and getting them mad. But I thought he did a pretty good job. We were worried that he was going to get a lot of penalties. And I feel like he drew more penalties than he committed, which is what you want. Who else? What other young players? We had some good ones this year.
Svechkov.
Yeah, Fedor Svechkov. He looks really good. I like him. And the best part about Svechkov is his interviews.
His interviews are my most favorite thing ever.
Yeah. They asked him after one of the games, so, what do you think we need to do better here to win? He said, we need to score more goals. To win the game, you have to score more goals than the other team. And all of his interviews are something like that. It's great. And then for one of my personal favorites was Nick Blankenburg. We got this young defenseman. He's smaller than average, and he's playing his butt off. And Yossi goes down injured, so now Blankenburg is quarterbacking our power play unit, and he looks great.
He's doing a good job.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. So, and he could tell he really works hard and cares about the game. I hope he makes the team next year. I think a lot of people don't expect him to make the team, but he made such an impact on everybody. I hope Blankenburg's back next year. And I mean, we should see another little boost from some of our players coming up through the system. I think probably we can expect to see Tanner Molendyk.
Yes.
Who is leading the Medicine Hat Tigers in the playoffs right now alongside Gavin McKenna. Those guys are absolutely destroying people. I think they swept their first round opponent. I saw Molendyk get the first goal of the game last night for that team. So I would expect him to make the roster. He was almost on the team this year, remember?
Yeah, he was the last one to get cut.
From training camp. So.
And Blankenburg was the second last to get cut.
So maybe both of those guys are back with Yossi and Shea. Lauzon should be back, and maybe Willsby. Maybe that's the defensive core.
Willsby's another guy that was coming who just surprisingly came in to our team.
Forwards, we got guys like Teddy Stiga. I think he might stay in college a little bit longer. Maybe who's our guy from the Askarov trade? Edstrom.
Yeah,
David Edstrom. He looks good. Maybe a big center like him could come in and add something to the team. Be really interesting this offseason to see what the Predators decide to do. Do they try to get rid of some of these players? Do we just add some more pieces? I feel like Barry Trotz has got to be nervous to sign big contracts again after the disaster of this season. I don't see them going into the offseason and trying to grab Mitch Marner or something. Yeah, I just don't think that that's going to be what they try to do. I hope they keep Ryan O'Reilly.
Please.
Yossi and Forsberg. I really would love to see Stamkos stick around, and even Marchessault. He grew on me. I like him a lot. Brady Shea, I'm not that attached to, but I don't know what you do there. You need another good defenseman. Yossi can't do it all by himself. So.
I think if Brady Shea doesn't start doing what we expected him to do, that we might need to just get rid of him.
Think they trade him? He's got a big contract, though. He signed here for a lot of years, so.
But
Some team would have to see him and go, yeah, we want that guy.
He dropped off by 50% this season from last season.
Okay, well, I think we've got a long off season to continue to talk about the Predators and our hopes for the next season, but ultimately, disappointing season this year. Some little bursts of good things. There's some silver lining in there with the young players getting to play a lot more, and hopefully that adds to their growth and the future of the team. But we were there. We watched every game. We're still Preds fans for life, and one bad season's not gonna send us away. To be honest, 10 bad seasons won't send us away from our. It's our team. Ride or die, right?
The more bad seasons we have, the more good it will feel when we have a good season.
That's exactly right. Yeah, you have to have the bad for the good to feel so good, right? And imagine how good it's going to feel. Mm-hmm. Which I think is a good segue to Wednesday night. The Montreal Canadiens punched their ticket into the playoffs, the last team in. And I mean, that's a good example. That's a diehard fan base who, to be honest, they are the original NHL team. Yeah, everyone always talks about the original 6. It's really like the original 1 Montreal Canadiens and then 5 original expansion teams because the Canadiens are the originals.
The other 5 came several years after the Canadiens went into the league.
And they had periods of great success, especially when the league was smaller, where they were winning just cup after cup after cup. When you look at the teams that have won the Stanley Cup, how many they've won, it's not even close. The Canadiens have won so many times. But in modern times, the Canadiens have not been that good. Mm-hmm. They got to the finals in the weird Stanley Cup playoffs of the after the COVID year.
It was a weird... all of the divisions were
weird. The divisions were all weird. It was them and Tampa? And Tampa won that year?
And the Preds went against the Hurricanes in the first round.
Yeah, so that strange year, the Canadiens made it to the finals. But other than that kind of blip, the Canadiens have not been good for a pretty long time now. And their fans are rewarded with a young team coming up that I don't think anyone really expected them to be a playoff team this year. They've been getting better gradually with their young players, but they buckled down and really made a push with guys Lane Hudson, their rookie, just absolutely destroying it, breaking records. He tied the all-time assists for a rookie record in the NHL, which is just so cool. Their young goalie, Sam Montembeault, can go lights out sometimes and play really good. Their leaders, Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, guys like that are really playing well, so that's going to be a fun team to watch. But let's get into the playoff preview.
Here we go.
And see, I think we'll just pull up the bracket and talk about each series as we make our picks.
Yes.
How's that sound?
Okay.
I'm so excited. The games start on Saturday night, so tomorrow night. And we've got the bracket challenge. First one, Winnipeg Jets versus St. Louis Blues. This is a tough one. The Jets won the President's Trophy. The Blues were the hottest team in the NHL coming off the Four Nations break. Just pushed their way into not only the wild card spot, they ended up passing the Minnesota Wild. Did they get into the top? No, yeah, they're a wild card team. Yeah, wild card number 2, right? So they dropped back down to the second wild card spot. After that, towards the end there, they started to come back down to earth.
But they passed the Wild for a minute.
They passed the Wild for a minute, and the Wild passed them back. So this is a tough one. What are your thoughts on this series?
I mean, as you said, the Jets were the best team this season.
Yeah.
But the Blues are so hot coming into the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I mean, it kind of resembles the 2019 Blues run where they come in as the 8th seed and just tear it up. And Hellebuck, in the past, has not done well in the playoffs.
And in the past, Binnington has done great in the playoffs.
That's true. I think I'm still going to go Jets.
Same here.
Okay, now I'll make sure all your selections in order to submit your bracket. Okay. Moving on to the second series. Dallas Stars, Colorado Avalanche. Man. I mean, the Stars, just a month or two ago, we would have said was a favorite to win the Cup. They've been playing bad hockey to finish out the season. They were allowing so many goals. I've always kind of thought Ottinger maybe was overrated.
Mm-hmm.
This is tough, but I'm going with Colorado Avalanche.
Same here.
Same. Vegas and Minnesota. Minnesota's got their guys back, but Vegas is just such a powerhouse. I think Vegas takes that series as well. But the Wild are fun. They got Kaprizov and Brock Faber and just added Zeev Buium from college. So they're going to be fun, but I think Vegas takes it.
I think I'm going to think the Wild.
You're taking the Wild, all right. Taking the Wild. Pulling for Kaprizov.
Mm-hmm.
Eriksson Ek is back too.
I think they're going to turn into that old team in the playoffs with Kaprizov and Eriksson Ek back.
Nice. Yeah, the team
they were it's definitely
in first place.
Be close, very close series.
Okay.
But I think the Wild will do it.
Yeah, you think Vegas is maybe falling off? They've had so much success. Maybe they're going to fall off a little. Now, Kings and Oilers. These guys have played each other. I think this is maybe the 4th or 5th time in a row in the playoffs. It's just every year it's Kings and Oilers, and every year Oilers win. If there was a year for the Kings to finally do it, it's got to be this year. The Oilers are so beat up. Ekholm's not going to play. Kings are on a tear, especially at home, and they've got home ice advantage, so they're going to have 4 of the games in Los Angeles. But I think I'm still picking Oilers. They have the two best players in the world, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. I think that's just a tough one. All right, so now, what about you? You taking Oilers? Okay, so now we're predicting how many games played in each series. Winnipeg will win the series in how many games?
I think
I'm going to go 7. You got 6? Colorado will win in how many games? I'm going to give Dallas 2 games. I say Colorado in 6 games. Vegas Wild. I think Wild only get 1 there. Oilers and Kings, 7 games. Lock it in.
Let's see. I've got Jets in 6, Avalanche in 6, Wild in 7, and Oilers in 6.
Ooh, okay, all tough ones. All right, Toronto going to the East. Toronto and Ottawa. Man, Toronto they won their division first time in a long time. They got Austin Matthews. I mean, so many guys. But Ottawa's got Brady Tkachuk. They're coming off just a great season. Fans are so pumped. It's a tough one. I feel like my logic tells me to pick Toronto, even though they get beat in the first round every year. But my heart tells me to pick Ottawa. I'm going to take Ottawa. Surprising Toronto.
I want the USA duo, Tkachuk and Sanderson.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, yeah, true. That'd be cool. Okay.
Lightning
the Battle of Florida. Oh, and that was the Battle of Ontario. That's going to be such a good first round. Battle of Florida, Battle of Ontario. Yeah. Battle of Florida, Tampa and Florida Panthers. Florida Panthers defending Cup champs, but Tampa's on fire right now. I'm taking Tampa. If Florida could get it in, though, it would be Tkachuk versus Tkachuk. That'd be cool.
I think the Lightning are honestly better. I mean, Sully's not going to like it.
Yeah, Sully is a big Florida Panthers fan. He's going to be pulling for the Panthers, but I think Tampa's going to take that one.
Ottawa, Tampa Bay would be an interesting matchup in the second round.
You know what, though? I'm forgetting. Matthew Tkachuk is coming back.
Oh, that's true.
Right? Got Marchand, Lundell, Reinhart, Seth Jones. Bobrovsky's been playing better.
And Ekblad will be coming back.
I take it back.
If you really think about it, their team.
I'm going to go Florida.
I feel the same way.
All right. That's a tough series, though. I'm going to pick that one in 7. Okay, Capitals and Canadians. I'm going Capitals. That's my team. I'm taking them all the way up to the top.
The Canadians.
I'm sorry, Canadians. Yeah, sorry, Canadians. Canadians is my team. But that's going to be so tough. Ovi breaks the goals record. I'm hoping that Ovi breaking the goals record was such a huge event, which we haven't talked about on the podcast. He did it. For those that don't know, I don't know how you missed it, but Ovi did it. He is now the all-time leading goal scorer in the National Hockey League. Unbelievable. Nobody ever thought Gretzky's record would be broken, and he did it. So hats off to Ovechkin. But I think that moment was what the Capitals were building to. And now that it's done, I think they're going to lose some of their momentum, and the Canadians are coming up.
Yeah, that's true. They haven't seemed as great after Ovechkin broke the record.
But, I mean, they've been such a dominant team all year.
I'm stuck there.
Who are you taking?
I feel like the Maple Leaf Senators matchup, logic says Capitals.
Yes.
But I truly think that the Canadians could do it.
They could do it?
I like the Canadians a lot.
Yeah. It's just such a young team. I think it's going to be tough.
I'm going to do it, Canadians.
Regardless, it's going to be good experience, but I'm pulling for the Canadians. All right, Devils, Hurricanes. I think without Jack Hughes, the Devils are just toast. I don't see them doing it. But I hope they make it a good series. I think Carolina's too good. Okay, I'm picking Ottawa to win the series against Toronto 7 games. Heartbreaking loss for Toronto. Florida over Tampa 7 games.
Yes, that one is going to be 7.
Montreal over Capitals.
7. I think 7.
Let's see, it's going to be 2 in Washington. I think the Canadians are going to take one of those, go back home, take one and lose one. It's going to be tied up 2-2. Capitals I'm going to go 7 games.
I think that series is going to be amazing to watch.
It's going to be fun. Carolina, I'm going to give the Devils 1 game. 5. Carolina 5. Okay. Conference final. Colorado takes out Winnipeg. Oilers take out Vegas. I'm picking Avalanche and Oilers.
I picked Avalanche and Oilers.
Avalanche and Oilers too?
The Oilers are not taking down the Wild are not taking down the Oilers. So.
Eastern Conference final. Oh, Battle of the Kachucks. I'm going Florida. And Canadians.
Yep.
Canadians take out Florida. Oh, this is
Avalanche
tough.
Oilers, it's going to be so crazy.
I think Avs take out Oilers. Selector Stanley Cup champion. Colorado Avalanche, I think. Canadians go far. Great experience for their young team. I don't think they do it this year. Avalanche repeat with Landeskog. You got Oilers. Nice. McDavid gets his first cup.
I know that can happen because I have a feeling that they're just going to perform super well in the playoffs, and I really want to see McDavid get a cup. So I'm gonna.
I like that. I like that choice. All right. Tiebreaker question. Predict the total number of goals scored in the Stanley Cup Final Series. Canadians. If I've got Canadians in Colorado. I'm going to go with. I'll go with 45 goals. 7-game series. Submit bracket. It's in. 40 goals. All right. Let us hear in the comments who's going all the way for you. What's your team? Who are you pulling for? It's Montreal for me going to the finals, but Colorado taking it. I think Landeskog comes back. He hasn't played since Colorado won the cup a couple years ago. They're even better now with Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar getting better every single year. I think it's an Avalanche year. I really do. I just was reading a book talking about the 2001 Stanley Cup win for the Avalanche, and I remember watching that one as a kid. My brother Nick was a big Colorado Avalanche fan back with it was Joe Sakic and Peter Forsberg, and that year was special too because we were Bruins fans. My dad grew up in Massachusetts, so we were Bruins fans too. And Ray Bourque signed with the Avalanche, hoping to go win a cup, and they did it. And he got one cup before he retired, which was so cool. So I was reading that story and feeling good about this year's Avalanche team. I think Avalanche do it. Charlie's going Oilers. I would be happy with that. I want to see McDavid raise the cup.
Yeah, I think it's a risky prediction, but I think Oilers.
It's just, yeah, I think, like, last year I was pulling hard for the Oilers when the Preds went out. I wanted to see McDavid do it, and they got so close, but I think this year with all the injuries they've got, it's going to be even harder. Plus, when you look at the moves they made with those two offer sheet losses to the Blues, Broberg and Holloway, and then they added kind of like older, slower players. I feel like the Oilers team got a little bit worse this year. But McDavid and Draisaitl are the best players on the planet right now. So maybe those two can just lock it down and get it done. Okay, are we ready for our featured cards?
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I've got a City Satellites card highlighting the birthplace of the NHL. Made it into the playoffs. Their leading goal scorer, Cole Caulfield, Montreal Canadiens City Satellite card. That's my pick. You see it okay?
The
Lighting's bad?
The lighting's bad.
How about that?
That's fine. I guess. It was a little off.
A little shiny. Nice. Upper Deck Series 1. Cole Caulfield. On October 26, 2023, Caulfield dealt out a pair of assists to help Montreal tie the home contest with Columbus and send the game into overtime. What a coincidence. That's who they were fighting for the wild card spot this year. Won it by just the skin of their teeth. Caulfield lit the lamp himself in the extra frame to give the Canadiens a 4-3 win. Who you got?
I don't think if I could live with myself without doing this.
Okay.
I feel like I had to pick Ovechkin.
Oh, yeah. The new NHL goal-scoring all-time leader, Alexander Ovechkin, UD Canvas card. Great pick. Great pick. All right, well, that's going to do it for our Welcome Back episode. We're going to try to maybe get back on like a weekly schedule or so for our podcast episodes throughout the summer and the off-season too. Oh, you lost me. Oh. And just kind of talk about, we'll have lots of stuff. We got to go through the draft is coming up. The Preds are going to have a high draft pick. Talking about who they get is going to be exciting. Who goes number 1 overall is going to be exciting. Any kind of off-season moves they make. Obviously, we've got the playoffs the next couple months. We're going to be talking about the playoffs. So we'll probably do a weekly episode and just kind of stay up to date with what's going on in the playoffs and see if our predictions come true. We want to hear your predictions too, so drop them in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe. Do all the things we'd like to say. Anything else while we're signing off?
Stay saucy.
Stay saucy. Have a great